Hi everybody. About I guess 1 year ago, maybe a little bit more, I did a video about my watch, which is a Nomos Club, because there was not so many videos about it available in YouTube, so I did the unboxing. So now maybe it's time for me to do a little update on this watch, just to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and overall, if I believe that you should consider buying it at some point. So this is the watch. Obviously, it didn't change that much since last time, but I wore it a lot. I would say maybe once every 2 days. So now I have a pretty good feeling on what is the good thing about it watch, what are the bad things, and overall, I guess, a more extensive review than what I did before. So to begin with, maybe with the thing I don't like about the watch, I would say maybe two things. First of all, is the strap that it comes with when you buy it, which is a brown leather cordovan. Looks nice on the paper, but in reality, I didn't really like it. I almost never wore it with this strap. I'll actually change it for this one, which is a navy blue kind of nylon watch strap with leather inside. It's pretty nice. And actually, what I believe is that the strap it comes with really doesn't match with the rest of the watch. It especially doesn't match with the hands, which are orange, and I don't like orange and brown actually. So this is one thing. The other thing maybe I would say about what I would change for this watch. This is maybe maybe you can see it, but it's the hole that you get between the dial, the case, and the strap. This little hole. It's not that big, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it actually. And I would have liked to see how the watch would look like if it was to be a little smaller, a little shorter. And maybe it's also due to the very big lugs. I don't have the lug to lug distance, but I think it's wider than what you believe, and especially for a 36 millimeter watch. And I can actually show you if I wear it on my wrist. So let me put it on my wrist. So I have a pretty small wrist, actually quite small wrist. It's 16 centimeter, in circumference, and even though it's a very small watch, 36 millimeter is not that common today. It wears pretty big on the wrist, and as you can see, it doesn't look really small. And if you look the lug distance, it's almost the size of my wrist. So I don't feel like I have something very small. I would have preferred something a little smaller regarding the lugs. So these are about the things I would change about this watch. Now let's talk about what I like the most. So first of all, the dial. So let me get a closer look. The dial, I love it so much. It's very simple, yet very efficient and also very classy. It's not white, it's actually kind of, champagne color. So it gives a little bit more, it's a little different from any regular white dial watch. And I guess it complements nicely to the hands, which are in orange, especially if you match them with a blue strap. So now it's quite dark. Probably you cannot see that this is blue. But in let's say real lighting condition, it looks really, really cool. So this is one thing I like about this watch, and actually the design overall is quite simple, but I really, really love it. It's a watch that is not too serious actually. If you compare to lots of watches of this size, it's very special and it's kind of unique. And there are many brands that don't have anything that look like this type of watch, and this is what I like the most about it. Another thing is it's really, really thin. So, you know, I've been telling you that the lug distance and the lug measurements is quite wide, but actually it's bent. So it goes really nicely on the wrist, and it's actually a pleasure to wear this watch. And actually, once you put it on a wrist in the morning, you kind of forget about it, because, you know, it really matches your wrist, and it's very, very comfortable, you know, especially if you work at the office. You know, it's quite light, and I also wear a sport watch. Maybe you've seen, but I have, for example, the Speedmaster from Omega. I love this watch so much, but, you know, if you work in an office and you type on a computer the whole day, you know, after maybe 9 or 10 hours, it gets really tiring, and you only want one thing, is to take it off. With this one, you just completely forget about, you know, the pain that it can be to wear a watch. It's really, really nice. And if you wear shirts, it goes under the shirt quite smoothly, because it's really, really thin. So this is one thing I like also a lot. Another thing is the winding movements. So I really like manual winding watch, and this one is particularly nice to wind. Actually, in the morning I really love. I don't know if you can hear the sound, but well, I have a little bit of music in the background, but it's really, really smooth, and really it doesn't. It feels really, really nice to start off the day like this. You know, you wake up, you put this on your wrist, and you wind it maybe 20 times or 10 times if you wore it the day before. And it's just a good way, a really nice way to start off the day. And this is also why I like manual watch a lot. And finally, the last thing I like a lot is the movement. So maybe it's got a little bit of fingerprint on it, so let me clean it. But look at this. The decoration on the movement is really nice, especially for a watch, you know, of this price point. It's quite spectacular. And I like to take my watch out of my wrist in the middle of the day and just look at the movement, you know, and think about something other than work for a minute, and it's quite, you know, hypnotizing. You see the balance swing, like the heart beating, and all the reflections on the decoration and the movement. And actually, when people look at this watch, they don't actually see this as a, you know, really nice watch. They believe it's just any random watch. And I like this also because it's quite understated, and only people who like watches would actually understand and see what it means. And I like this. It looks like you're actually part of a club, which is nice because it's named the club by Nomos. And if people are really interested in the watch, then you take it out of from your wrist, and you show the movement, and now they're like amazed. You don't expect that. So would you need to buy this watch? I would say if you're looking for something quite unique that doesn't look like any other watch, well, this is a good candidate, of course. If you're not bragging about, you know, having a very expensive watch, but still having something that means, you know, from a watch standpoint, this is really a good watch. I would advise you to look at the newer version of the club with a California dial. They look really, really nice, and they come with a band strap that are much better. You know, they're like sweeter leather with different colors, and it's much nicer than the brown Cordovan leather strap that mine came with. So that's it for the review. I guess I said everything I wanted to say. If you have any more questions, well, feel free in the comments, and I will try to do my best answering. And if you want to see reviews from my other watches, maybe you have some interest on them, just tell me which one you would like to see more. I guess this one is very famous and you can find a lot of things online, but maybe you want my views on this. This is a Hermes Arceau. This is let's say a niche watch from Merci, which is let's say a design store in France, and they made kind of cool watches. This is my sport watch Casio. Not a lot to say about it, but anyway. And this is a Bridgestone watch, let's say entry-level automatic watch from France. It looks quite nice too. So let me know, and maybe I'll do some more future videos. And in that case, well, you can subscribe, and I don't promise I will post a lot of videos, but when I do, at least you will be aware of. So thanks a lot, and see you later.